Come through, queen. I wanna see ya. Come through, queen.
Hi, everyone. It's Dan.
And Brendan.
And this is Come Through, Queen. Hi, Brendan.
Hello, Dan.
Well, it's begun. We've had the premiere of WinterHouse.
Mm-hmm.
We've had the premiere of Beverly Hills.
Mm-hmm.
And within days of each other, we had the release of both Beverly Hills and Potomac taglines.
Yes, because Potomac's coming next week or on Sunday, and then Miami's coming.
So actually, I believe Miami comes first.
Oh.
I think Miami's coming this upcoming Wednesday, and Potomac's not till the following Sunday.
The 5th.
So my little brain was thinking, I wonder if to make up for
Not being at BravoCon.
the not stellar Beverly Hills taglines, we got those stellar Potomac taglines.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that they're releasing so many of these shows right now to like distract the people who can't be at BravoCon from not being at BravoCon. Because they're kind of running ads that are like along those lines.
Really?
They're like, while everyone's in Vegas, you've got this show, this show, this show, this show.
So I saw something else that Peacock is releasing a lot of exclusive BravoCon content, which I think is genius.
Yeah. So you'll be watching on TV and I'll be there.
Wow. I mean, listen. Well, while I would enjoy attending, I got to say, like last year, I kind of felt like I was there from home.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Let's get into the taglines, though.
Okay, we'll do Care or Don't Care classic about Beverly Hills, then we'll go to Potomac.
Okay. Unfortunately, like the Instagram carousel is not in order of how they are performed, but we're just going to go with it. Okay?
Perfect.
Kyle Richards. It's hard to outrun the rumors, but luckily I'm in better shape than ever.
Vicky snoring gif.
Okay. So her delivery, like the first few words, like outrun the rumors, is a little like mumble mouthy that I actually couldn't understand what she was saying the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And second of all, where's my like in this town? Where's in Beverly Hills?
I know. The rumors are this town.
The rumors run the town. So I'm going to give a don't care for like content and delivery.
I don't care. There were many better things she could have done.
Yeah.
I have suggestions, but I can't say them on this show.
Oh my God. Okay. Garcelle Bouvet. I may act for a living, but I never fall for a bad performance. So like, I don't understand why would one who acts for a living fall for a bad performance. It's
Good point.
It's like the math equation is not, to quote Cy, the math's not mathing.
Like if she was like Siskel and Ebert, that's when you fall for a bad performance as a critic.
Well, you should really not be falling for a bad performance. It's like as a lay person, you're the most likely to fall for a bad performance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like this makes no sense.
Exactly.
So I'm going to have to give that a don't care.
Don't care, sorry.
Sorry,
Garcelle.
Garcelle.
We love you.
Erica Jane. The best part about losing everything is getting it all back. Have we gotten it all back?
Are you getting Tom back? Are you getting the Pasadena house back?
Are we betting it all on Blonde?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, we're going to get to Tom and everything, but I think we're putting the cart before the horse. Or the horse before the cart.
Don't bring horses up yet.
We'll
get to the horses.
We are giddy up. Okay. I'm going to not care about this one.
It's like she should have roped in Bet It All on Bond. Like
Yeah. We should have been doing promo for the show. We could use it.
Exactly.
Okay.
$7 tickets.
Sutton's track. Who needs a knight in shining armor when you have your own horse?
Of this bunch, care.
I mean, I only because it's like so Suttonian, right?
What is that word?
Suttonian.
Oh, like Suttonian.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I thought you were throwing a vocab word at me.
Like an SAT word? No, it's just purely Setonian.
It's Setonian. Strakian.
It's Strakian, yeah. But I don't want to give the ex-husband any credit with that, the Strack name.
Well, we'll get into it, but it seems like she's fine. Her math about that ex-husband is actually interesting. We'll get into it.
The math is math.
Yeah.
Okay. Care. Okay. Crystal Kung Minkoff. Now, girl, where do you think you're going?
Where do you think you're going?
Okay.
Going.
They say wisdom comes with age, but I'm proving otherwise.
Her calling herself stupid.
It's very take manian.
Yes.
I may be pretty, but I'm stupid, right? Wasn't I?
No, I may not be the sharpest tool in the shed, but I'm pretty.
Okay. I may be pretty, but I'm stupid.
No, but I think she was trying to be like, I'm the youngest of the group,
Which
means I'm the smartest.
okay. So let's break this down a little bit. First of all, she's the youngest, I guess, now, but at this point, she's 40. We're not dealing with a babies having babies anymore. Like myself, I could call someone. Once you hit 40, you're in the next age bracket.
I thought you would have gone the other way and been like, as a 40-year-old,
at
least I'm not 50.
Okay. Okay, and then, but also just kind of like Garcelle, you have to. This is very elementary school, in grammar class when you're breaking down the sentence. They say wisdom comes with age, but I'm proving otherwise. To me, that's wisdom's coming with age. I'm getting older, but I'm proving them wrong. I'm not getting.
I'm
wiser.
getting stupider.
I'm getting stupider.
Which actually relatable.
Are you getting stupider?
I kind of think so.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you too, in a way.
No. I'm like a fine wine.
But at the end of the day, if we're doing care or don't care, I care about this one.
I care.
It's making the girls talk.
Yeah, it's a conversation starter.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to care in that regard. It is a conversation starter. Okay, Dorit. Fashion is my language, and I speak it fluently. Maybe this is something relevant down the line.
Well, it's a callback to her being a language queen and fashion.
Yeah, but that's not enough for me.
Exactly.
That's not enough.
This is your queen.
This is my queen. Listen, I may not love this, but I do love her premiere episode performance.
I mean, one of the better ones.
One of the better ones. So I'm sadly going to not care about this Dorit tagline. And now we get to Anne-Marie, a woman we have not met, whose tagline is, I may put you to sleep for a living, but I always keep one eye open.
Anesthesiologist.
Okay, but once again, not making sense.
I would have said, I may put you to sleep for a living, but you should always keep one eye open.
Oh my fucking God. That should have been it.
Yeah, but that could be called medical
Okay,
malpractice.
a HIPAA violation,
Yeah.
maybe. No.
No, that's not HIPAA.
I know, but the girls love calling anything a HIPAA violation.
I know.
So I'm doing a commentary on the girls.
Yeah.
That would be so good. This I may push you to sleep for a living, but I always keep one eye open. Are the people putting me to sleep going to sleep with me? Did the anesthesiologist snuggle up next to me and go to sleep?
That's implying she's Dr. Nicole. Sleeping with everyone in the hospital.
Oh! That should have been Dr. Nicole's tagline.
Allegedly, and I'm joking. That's a joke, obviously,
joke.
Dr. Nicole.
Joke.
I'm more making fun of Larsa.
We want to be on the boat. We want to be on the yacht.
Plane.
We want to be in the plane.
We want to hug the husband.
We want to hug the husband, stroke his beard.
Oh, Dan.
Hug the husband.
Okay, so that was a kind of lame group of taglines.
Yeah, hard to sit with.
And so if Dan's theory is correct, then they're like, we need to get some good taglines.
We need
out
to
there.
call them the big guns.
So here's the Potomac taglines.
Okay.
And they're also not in order. But I am going backwards in the carousel instead of
interesting.
forwards.
Okay.
Because I think they led with the better ones.
Okay, yeah. Sure.
So this is from newbie Neka, who says, Nigeria raised me, LA made me, and Potomac will remember me.
So it's always hard when you're a new girl because we have nothing to to base this on.
But this tells me who she is.
This tells me who she is. It's a good introductory.
Exactly.
Tagline. Yeah.
Which is what you need.
I want to care.
I'm going to care as well. Okay, so Mia. It doesn't matter the size of our home. I'm always the queen of this castle.
So I'm going to care just because, like, number one, come through queen promo. Number two, isn't like, I think one of her storylines might be like
losing their home.
Losing the home, financial struggles. So, like, it's relevant.
She should have, like, been like, it doesn't matter the size of our joint. I'm always the queen of this castle.
Brendan, you've done it again.
I know.
It took me a second. I was like, are you gonna make like an arthritis joke or something? You've done it again.
So I don't care before my edits, I don't care, but
With
after
your
my
edits.
edit, I care.
Okay.
Okay. I'm no angel, but give me some grace and you'll learn to adore me. Obviously, who's that?
Giselle the Bryant.
Yes.
Now this one actually, I'm not the Giselle fan, but this one had me running in circles, screaming, hands in the air.
It's great.
To think that we haven't had this yet, and we're finally getting it like this many years into it.
I know, but I think her strategy for years was I'm going to be messy girl on the street. Obviously, word on the street. But then she is listening to the streets and she realizes what do people like most about Giselle?
Oh yeah, the goals.
The girls, like her relationship with the daughters or whatever. People online think they're so funny when they say daughters.
They got Teresa. They got her.
Okay, so we care about that one.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, so Wendy, Dr. Wendy, if you're going to test this professor, be prepared to fail.
Okay. The thing is, so many people hate Wendy, so they hate this. I love it. I care.
But this is also a little weird.
Oh.
Because if you're going to test this professor, be prepared to fail. Doesn't, like, when you test someone, isn't the person you test getting the grade?
Yeah. So, like, I'm the professor. Oh, you're going to test me? You're going to fail.
Okay.
You got it?
I still think there's a little grammatical thing here.
It's not quite the level of
Beverly Hills, but I think we need to if we need to grade on the same rubric.
No, when he gets great on a curve.
Okay. Okay, so Ashley Darby, you don't have to dig for gold when you shine. Sorry.
Oh, redo.
Ashley Darby, you don't have to dig for gold when you shine this bright.
I'm gonna give it to her.
Unafraid to reference.
I care.
Okay, I kind of care. Karen Huger. I don't ride the fence, honey. I am the fence. You ride me.
Okay. Like, I actually care for the confidence of the delivery.
I care too because I don't understand it at all.
I know, but it's like it leaves like the not making sense category and enters into avant-garde.
Yeah. This
It's
is like she could be in like Salt Lake City giving Housewives parody work.
This is like MoMA for me. This is like Museum of Modern Art, right?
You've mentioned
MoMA like 25 times. I know. I don't know why. It's not. I don't even think I've ever been to MoMA in my life.
I have.
Oh my! Do you remember back in the day, like, weren't the girls going to MoMA on like a Friday night and like drinking or something?
Drinking?
Or maybe
That was in Kim
Guggenheim.
Richards' voice.
Or was that Guggenheim? I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know, man.
The thing about museums is they're great.
Oh. Okay, I care.
Okay, me too. Robin Dixon.
Oh, buckle up.
I just took a DNA test.
And okay, I just want to pause right there. Like, if it was only like you almost like start feeling like you're gonna throw up in your mouth.
Okay, you're analyzing it before we're done.
Okay.
I now have to repeat myself.
Okay.
I just took a DNA test, and it turns out I 100% don't care.
Oh my God. One for the books.
It really is, like, to Dan's point before he rudely cut me off, like, if we're going to be quoting Lizzo in the year of our Lord 2023.
In this year?
You're like, ugh. But then you get to the end, and you're like, wow, this might be the best tagline ever written.
Like, an encapsulation of a queen who has survived, what is it, 7 years? 7, I want to say? This can't be 8. That'd be crazy.
It's 7.
Okay. 7 years giving us, go on girl, give us the least. She 100% does not care.
She leaned in, like, what's her name? Sheryl Sandberg once said,
You
lean
lo-
in.
You love bringing up Sheryl Sandberg. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna request a performance for this one.
I don't even know how she said it. When they go low, I just hit the high notes.
That was almost as good as Candace's. In the great tradition of Candy Barris saying, maybe small. Oh! I gotta say, this is another conversation starter, much like Crystal Kung Minkoff. It's got the girls talking. It also was seemingly filmed on like AirPod speakers.
It was the audio changed in the middle of it. It went from stereo to mono, like within.
Oh my god! So like, I think it was a care across the board for me.
Yeah,
It
me
really
too.
was. And
With the one edit to Mia's.
with the one that to me is, and you questioning Wendy's. We still got there though.
Well, I just wanted you to use the same rubric for Wendy that you did with Beverly Hills.
I think I'm understanding what she's saying. I'm picking up what she's putting down.
Oh, sure. Okay, do you want to move on?
Oh, just side note, Wendy with the Chili's promotional deal.
Oh, for the Barb Day or whatever?
Like Barb cocktails or something at Chili's.
Should we go?
Yeah.
When is Barb's Day?
Oh, but we famously had a miserable time at Chili's en route to Candace Deep Space.
So in the past year, I've been to Chili's twice. One was that time, and then when I was going to Palm Springs, our shuttle didn't show up, so we had to go to a Chili's to wait.
In the airport?
No, so we all took Ubers to a Chili's, like a little bit outside of the airport, because there was nothing to do in the airport.
Oh.
Because I hate this about certain airports. If you don't have restaurants and stuff outside of the terminals, it's a perfect place for like people to wait for their loved ones or to like do whatever.
Some airports do, some airports don't.
Atlanta does famously.
Okay. So was that second Chili's better?
It was better.
What did you order that made it better?
I ordered actually the same thing. I ordered the chicken crispers.
So maybe it was the chef's fault.
Maybe. And like we also had like queso, which was nice. And it was just like, I don't know. The Chili's was a little nicer too. The one where we went, it was like
Bleak.
It was like a warehouse.
It wasn't a warehouse. We weren't in like Bushwick warehouse.
In Girls in 2011.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on from Chili's.
Okay.
And go to, before we start, New York.
We have
I was on Reddit today. As I do.
a good place to be.
And someone posted about a run-in that he had with Jenna Lyons on the street.
Oh, was there photographic evidence?
There was a photo of the two of them. He like blurred out his eyes.
Stand in your truth.
No, people on Reddit love to post. When they post a photo, they never post a full photo of their face.
Oh, because it's like their Reddit persona they don't want to reveal or something?
I guess. I don't really know. I'm not a poster. I'm a lurker, so I don't really know the rules.
Yeah.
Shout out if you have the answer to that.
Okay.
But anyways, this person wrote, she was very, very, very nice, but her partner was kind of rude, frowny face. Her partner loudly said, no, it wasn't okay that I asked for a photo because it's happening like every 5 minutes. Jenna quickly countered and said it was totally fine. I totally get her partner's frustration, but I just couldn't help myself. I told Jenna I loved her on the show, and she said thanks. After the photo, I said, I hope to see you back on another season. And her partner said, no, you won't. But Jenna kind of laughed. That's all, XOXO.
When you told me this while I was cooking for this family, I was laughing and laughing and laughing. The no, you won't. Oh, yeah.
And it's like, I mean, all signs are kind of pointing to this.
This is for the best.
No, it's not.
Oh yeah, you know what? Listen, I'm enjoying her on the reunion, but I don't see a long term.
One more season.
I don't see Robin Dixon 7-year tenure.
Both just don't care though.
So
Actually, maybe Jenna cares too much.
So I kind of think like we need a good foundation for RHONY if this is the path we're going down.
Barb the Builder, get in here.
Barb, we need your tool pack.
Bring us some foundation.
Okay. Do you have anything to say about this fan fiction?
No, just like it's not unexpected. It's just funny the way it's written.
It rings true. This is unverified, but it just like it feels real.
Yeah, I mean, if you read the was it the New York Magazine article about Jenna a bunch of weeks back, where they actually do end up talking to her current girlfriend, but it's like it's written being like begrudgingly she agreed to speak. I think her name's Cass.
Yeah, Cass Bird.
Cass Bird. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of
A bird and a lion.
A lot of queer women with the last name Bird.
Who else?
Sue Bird, who's with Megan Rapinoe. Sue Bird's like a famous WNBA player.
Robin Bird is like a famous LGBTQ icon.
Yeah.
In Fire Island.
Yeah. Was in the film Fire Island.
Yeah.
Larry Bird, not gay, but I had a signed basketball of his growing up.
Wow. But that made you gay.
Yeah. The things I used to do to that.
No. No. Okay, let's get to RHONY. Now, I think like top level, the combination of the set and everyone's outfits together made me nauseous. And I'm gonna back up a little bit and say everyone individually looked beautiful, but these 6 women should not be in a room together.
No, he made you nauseous. No, you're right. I agree with the set that it's just like it's so antiquated in a way that it looks like reunion sets from 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Like where there just wasn't any flair. Like I'm not even talking about a New York set from 10 years ago. I'm talking about like an OC set where we didn't know where we were. Remember New York? We used to like have moments. We used to be in like a place that you could name, the Hammerstein Ballroom. Like we were always being like, we're here from wherever.
Let's be at Catch.
Yeah. Let's be at Cats, the musical.
If it would have been like such a full circle moment if they filmed it at Catch.
I know. Or even like Cipriani. Hello.
But Cipriani like doesn't want the Housewives now.
Of course.
So like to me, like to be at Catch, could you have imagined?
I know. Is there space for a reunion in Catch?
I think so.
Okay.
It's just like the ceiling's not super high. So I don't know if that would hurt the moment. Okay, so that we're already starting off on the wrong foot with that for me, right? And I watched it 1.5 times.
Okay. I watched it actually same.
Oh.
Maybe 1 3/4.
Okay, 1 3. Neither of us could bring ourselves to finish a second time. Well, because I feel like the first time I didn't like get it. Mm-hmm. And then I got it the second viewing without needing to finish it.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah. But like, yeah, to your point, when I was watching on Sunday night, I was like, I'm already tired. Like, I can't wait to like go upstairs and go to sleep.
Go to crawl up to the nest. Okay. I think like one headline for me is Uba not understanding like how reunions work.
Yeah, the first time I watched it, I was getting frustrated. The second time I watched it, I did see some of the camp value in it. Just like her interrupting Andy when he's trying to transition to certain moments.
Yeah.
And like even when he like says like, oh, y'all did well, like filling the shoes of the older RHONY woman. She's like, wait, Andy, what did you say?
What did you say?
And like made him say they did a great job.
Yeah. Like, I guess like some people complain like, oh, you don't want someone who's like so studied in like what it means to be on Housewives and like all that stuff. Like you don't want like someone super Jackie Goldschneider, super Heather Gay. Mm-hmm. But like you gotta understand the format.
Yeah, but also like I feel in another way, I feel like she was studied, but her study guide ran her the wrong course. Feels like she might have talked to her cousin.
Jenna Lyons.
And her cousin was probably like, fucking steal the show.
You better lip sync for your life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jenna, she's poor me. I'm old. I'm victim on camera. And you are a powerhouse off camera. Like, what are you even saying?
She kind of gagged her with the I'm old, though.
The I'm old shut me up real quick. But also, I don't know if you saw online, there's rumblings of her lying about her age. Like, of course, the Reddit girls are like finding Uba interviews from like 2006
Of course.
of like a different age altogether.
That makes sense. And it's also just like so interesting that like she fucking did the reveal of the boyfriend this week officially.
Yeah.
After the girls found photos, I wonder who was going through their camera roll and found the photo from the premiere party of her standing with the boyfriends.
Oh my God. Because all the girls were there. And when I say the girls, I mean like you content creators.
Exactly. I was too busy like having a cocktail. I wasn't taking photos of strangers who I don't know yet.
Right.
Also, there was like throughout this week, as everyone was trying to figure out who her boyfriend was, this is why you can't always believe the first things that come out, because there were like photos of like who's maybe an ex or like some not as attractive guy, like making the rounds. But it was like, no, of course she's with like a guy who looks like a yassified Abe.
I would say a taller Abe.
That's part of the yassification.
When you
That is one of the factors that goes into it.
Okay. And then like another, I wish I wrote down also like what we are diverting from. But one diversion was, well, let's talk about how the three of you didn't want Jenna on the show, Brynn, Saya, and Erin. And the three of them are like, wait, what?
And like that doesn't even go anywhere. Nobody takes the bait with Uba.
Well, I think the other women are like waiting for Andy's permission to like talk about something. Because Andy's like, oh no, we're going to like do the run of show.
Yeah.
Okay. I would say, contrary to like what I was saying earlier in terms of we don't need Jenna, the Jenna talking about her mom was the most interesting part of the reunion.
I mean, the mom conversation all around, just like from that to every single mom. I did shed a little tear.
Oh, how beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, losing the mom 4 to 6 weeks before we started filming.
Wild.
Yeah. But I mean, there's so much there in terms of like Jenna as a person.
How she is.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Jenna's father and the other family. Mm-hmm. Another layer.
Erin, you mean?
No. Jenna first.
They both have fathers with other families?
When Andy said, oh, Jenna, is your father still alive? And she kind of like cringed a little bit. It's like, yeah, but, you know, I saw him be affectionate with
Yes.
the other children, but like I never got that.
Yeah, and then Erin her father having the 4 other children,
Okay.
where he's a single father.
I know, but the girls were dragging Erin a little bit online in terms of like how she was like, oh, I had to like step in and like send these kids to school or something. It's like, it's not that big of a deal. I'm sure there's probably like a nanny involved too.
Probably.
You know?
I guess. But the girls are also just dragging Erin online because the girls love to drag Erin online.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Also, Erin was with Carol Radziwill.
Important.
Carol's making the rounds with the girls. She was with Jessel. She was with Erin.
You just connected those dots for me.
Yeah.
I did not connect the dots.
That she was in photos with 2 people from this cast?
Well, like that, the Jessel thing was a few weeks ago.
Yeah, a freak accident.
Yeah. Okay. And you know what? Like, in a way, while we're on Erin, what she's wearing at the reunion almost feels the most out of place out of like everyone's crazy outfits. Like the short skirt of it all.
Yeah, the short skirt is very Real Housewives of Dallas.
Yeah.
They're always wearing short skirts.
Like is it an A-line?
Don't try to do fashion. I know you're like dipping your toes into talking about fashion, but don't try to name the hemming and lineage and all that.
The lineage. Is it an A-line skirt?
I don't know. No.
To me, it's like looks like the letter A, right? So I'm gonna guess that's A-line. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Fucking Jenna Lyons over here sitting across from me.
With my tits out.
Wear your jeans.
Ay. The girls can't stop talking about the jeans. Oh my god. Okay.
That was one good line that Sai had.
Oh.
When Andy's talking about the jeans and Jenna's like, oh, just thought I had to represent. And Sai was like, oh, for Levi?
Let's talk about performances. I gotta say, I think Brynn did a great job of being a part of every conversation.
I think Brynn won this reunion so far in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Jessel naturally is winning.
Yeah. There's parts where like Jessel's like not in the conversation and then like she's in the conversation. For me, Brynn naturally was always talking.
Yeah.
And I don't see people talking about that online.
Yeah, and she's like, it's also very funny, speaking of online, these women are so aware of the online conversation. Like when Brynn's talking about Uva's mom, she's like, there's thousands of messages of people saying that they reached out to your mom after you said that. And I'm like, are you like running like social listening software right now?
Like, Brynn, are you seated for all of my I'm seated tweets?
And just like everyone's talking about what's happening online.
Yeah, they really are. Okay, another thing that I was talking about this past week about this reunion, it does not feel like two people on this cast are friends currently.
Yeah, it does.
Who are two people who are friends?
Brynn and Jessel have been seen at event after event all the time.
Those are the only two friends.
And Uba's kind of in that picture. But for some reason, these three girls are invited to like all the social ID events happening. Like they were at the ballet thing that like even like Crystal and Sutton were at the other day. They were at the thing with SJP.
But like, it's just funny because Brynn's going to put Uba in the funeral home. Right?
Yeah.
So that's like the part that I'm not really understanding. Like, I guess like it sucks when we have like a very super strong alliance, but then I also don't see like who's real life friends. And even like the Brynn and Jessel thing almost feels like a friendship out of convenience. Like Brynn knows Jessel's the number one girl in the group.
Well, yeah. I mean, but that's like all of these shows, really. It's like, name two real friends on these shows.
Teddy, Joe, and Kyle.
I mean, Teddy Joe, is she on a show I should know about?
She's on OC Plenty as a reference point.
Okay. That's like saying Heather McDonald's on the cast of Beverly Hills.
Okay. Anything else about New York reunion?
No, it's like a quieter reunion for a quieter season of a show.
Two-parter.
Yeah. I mean, no, not even that. Because I think we're moving towards two parts for most things now.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But I think it's just like the vibe of the reunion in general was quieter.
A lot of tears.
It's like, take Seth Mark's advice and let's get loud.
Oh, I guess the only other thing is like, Sai and Aaron are not doing a great job.
No, I mean, like, Aaron, it's like, you have no sense of humor.
Oh my God. The joke thing with Jessel was like
painful.
Such losery behavior.
Like, Aaron, you are my age. Get a sense of humor. Like, please, I'm begging.
Go online.
Go online.
But go online like to like and look at memes. Don't look at like people talking about you.
I think she lost her sense of humor because she's also very online and the girls aren't liking her this season.
Yeah.
Like, maybe just like get a little more kooky. Because like Ramona Singer has all the attributes that you have as far as like what people don't like about you, the Trump stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like, but people seem to still love her
Oh
for
my
whatever
God.
reason.
Hold the phone. I think canon to this reunion is Lou, Dorinda, Ramona on Watch Women's Live. The fact that they followed the reunion with that
Is wild.
is like almost like disrespectful to RHONY 2.0.
It is wild to me, but it was great.
So I want to say like Lou and Dorinda both did great and not great.
The thing is, the not great, as we know, is they fucking...
Self-referential nonstop.
It's like Tickle Me Elmo. It's like they've got 3 things to say. Pull the string.
Yeah. But they lit up the screen.
I know, but like hearing Lou do an interview with Watch What Happens Live, then she was on Jeff Lewis yesterday. And it's like, oh, you're saying the same thing over and over and over. Even the same phrasing for certain things.
Okay. That's worse then. Yeah. Ramona leaving halfway.
Kind of funny.
Very funny.
Yeah. Like just like them panning to that Oprah chair and she's gone.
Like these other 2 girls are lip syncing. Ramona cannot be bothered to stay. And like, I think it's because she's got this new man.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to be part of this. I'm sure he probably has like money. Ramona's got enough money. I think like Ramona doesn't need the fame anymore.
And the thing is, out of all the women who were invited back for Ultimate Girls Trip, like RHONY Legacy, aside from Kristen Takeman, she's the only one who wasn't spending the entirety of like lip syncing for her life to get on the show. They just like fucking asked her back, even though she was like kind of blackballed from Bravo.
But she also like released that I'm done, I quit.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Jill Zarin somewhere just like
stewing.
Oof.
I want to see it. Okay. Winter's coming.
Winter's here, baby.
Even though it's 80 degrees here in New York City.
Can you believe I finally fucking put on pants for the first time yesterday and Monday, or yesterday and Tuesday.
Okay.
And then I'm back in shorts.
It's where you were meant to be.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. We have episode 1. What are your feelings on this?
So I've seen episode 1 and 2. So I saw them right in a row, not to do screener vibes. But I think that there are some very exciting elements to this season. From what I gather from what you've communicated, I don't know if you agree yet.
Okay.
But I think it's interesting that they switched up the cast. I was getting bored of the same cast from Summer House plus Southern Charm people.
Plus 2 or 3 new people.
Yeah, like doing the same thing in both houses. And I think it's interesting and it shows potential and growth for the channel to add all these other people. Also, like, to be honest, it's smart of them to add Below Deck people in because Below Deck is the most popular franchise on the channel.
Although they've been declining a little bit too.
But they still have better ratings than everything.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Consistently.
Even Vanderpump Rules?
I mean, maybe not Vanderpump Rules, but it's like...
Yeah.
That was because of a very specific thing. And they were smart enough to get Tom Schwartz into the house immediately as well.
Yeah. Well, Schwartz and Sandoval were famously supposed to both be on the season. Which... It would have been great. I think it would have been like showstopper if like Sandoval actually filmed this.
Yeah.
Don't you think that would have been showstopper?
Yeah, but it was like way too soon.
Yeah. I feel like our Martha's Vineyard watch is paying dividends now. Because when this cast was released, there was no conversation about this woman being on the show.
Yeah.
Because we didn't know who she was at this point, right?
And now, I mean, like, she's the star in a lot of ways.
She's definitely the focal point of many men.
Yeah, the men love her.
We don't have Amanda Batula yet.
Which I think that's why you're, like, stewing over there.
I'm stewing a little. Is she in episode 2?
I don't know. She eventually shows up. She's main cast.
I know she's main cast, but is she in episode 2? You've seen 2 episodes.
No. Maybe she comes at the end.
Oh, my God.
Oh, like, stop being a little... Like, who cares? What does she do? What does she really bring?
She brings mothering.
She's 10 years younger than you. Maybe more.
She's not in her 20s. She's not in her fucking 20s. Get out of here.
Oh.
Right. Now, I think one of the greatest questions of our time
Mm-hmm.
is Jason Cameron main cast?
He's not, but he's being advertised as he is.
He's not, but he's in cast photo and cast poster as main cast. Something Sam
Fairer.
has yet to achieve.
Yeah, that's true. So there's different versions of the cast poster. So they're advertising in weird ways.
Oh, there's a Sandy Yawn version. Yes.
There's like the whatever mashup of names that they're putting together for this show.
But that's not cast poster.
I
That's
know,
like-
but like there's no. I think these marketing people like like they don't know what they're doing. They don't know who's on the show.
Okay. Would you agree with me that Kyle Cook is father?
To who?
To us, the audience, and also to the show.
At least he's like your age.
I know, might be her. But you got to give it to him for like...
He is steering the he is steering the ship. He's welcoming the cast. Like he's like showing everyone's what's what.
A professional.
He's both father and like toddler.
Good. That's
Okay.
the great dichotomy of life.
Sure.
Okay. Corey Kiefer?
Flop.
Kiefer or Lever?
It's like there are two new men who are like a little more interesting and fun that we can throw Corey away.
It was interesting that the Corey trajectory, now that we know how the summer house played out, it's interesting that he was WinterHouse, called in as like
Guest of summer.
a saving grace of summer. Then I wonder if like that good performance elevated him to come back to winter, and now seemingly maybe not in summer at all this past year.
I guess it's also interesting, like given his history with Craig,
Yeah.
that they were besties, and it's funny Craig's not in this, but it's like how many shows can Craig have?
Yeah. Well, I do miss Paigey.
Sure, but I just think like,
She's currently on another show right now.
and I'm glad I want to see Amanda fly alone.
Amanda does not have a single bedwetter.
Exactly, and that's good.
Yeah.
Because like it's like if Paige and Amanda were in this house, they'd be like summoning like Jordan to the bed to like maybe
recruit
wet
her.
to maybe wet.
They're like, please, Jordan, wet. Okay. Brian Benny.
King. I mean, like his Watch What Happens Live, where Andy was like grilling him about having no game, was fun to watch.
Yeah. Not to sound like Mean Girls, but I like it when it's like hairs down. Like a little like without the product, a little messy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the WinterHouse is the place to do that. We're not in
Oh.
Miami anymore.
Oh my, especially like when you're like out there on the slopes with your hat.
And then you take it
and
off.
then you take the hat off, and then your hair is like a way you've never seen it before.
Yeah. Him at the, not even at the end of the night, that first night, mess.
Trying to give Jordan a kiss.
Like, so funny.
After
Alex.
Alex Propson summoned Jordan to the hot tub for a kiss.
She gives a masterclass in reality TV, giving the producers the moment where they can do a him leaning in moment, cut away to commercial, the audience thinking, oh, will they?
Will they or won't they?
And then she turns away at the last moment, says, no, looking at the camera.
I mean, she practiced this art on Martha.
Yeah.
Because all the men wanted her in Martha too.
Yeah. Hotter men.
Amir. Amir should have been in winter.
That would have been fun.
Yeah, there's a lot of casting I don't agree with.
Well, you don't know. It's episode 1.
You're loving the deckhands.
I'm liking 2 of the deckhands.
So Alex, who we already talked about, and then we have Katie, and we have
Malia, the most hated woman in Below Deck history, actually.
No, everyone who watches Below Deck keeps telling me how much they hate this woman. Well, why?
So the biggest reason is because she narked on Hannah you know Jun Hannah?
I mean, I know those words.
Yeah, but like Hannah of Jun Hannah.
Okay.
she narked on Hannah for having like a vape with weed in it and like some medication that I guess wasn't reported to Maritime, whatever.
Okay.
Which, like, I mean, it should have been reported, but she was such like a narc about it, and she was like so buddy with Captain Sandy. Everyone also doesn't really like Captain Sandy.
What a yawn.
Yeah. So that's why everyone hates Malia, and like, she's like a boys' girl.
Even though she's hanging out with Katie.
Yeah, but it's like that'll end, I'm sure.
Katie and Malia in flashback, both blonde bombshells, coming into the house as brunette bombshells.
I know. And Katie's from Australia. She has a very similar voice to Aisha, who's going to join for a little bit later this season.
This show?
Yeah.
There's so many people.
We love Aisha.
We love Aisha.
And I mean, like, Katie, still to come, there's going to be something with Schwartzy.
Not to be confused with Katie Maloney.
Well, that's the big dilemma.
That's the gag. I guess the one person we haven't discussed
Danielle.
in her first year in the Winter House, Danielle.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking like we needed her all the time.
Yeah, and like the thing is, it is her first year in the Winter House, but I mean, she's bringing the Summer House veteran energy.
Oh yeah, she's giving matriarch right now, especially without Amanda there.
Of course,
it's like she's the mother to Kyle's father.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited.
I like this. I just think it's fun. Like, there's already been the mess with both the guys trying to kiss Jordan, and then we get to see the aftermath. And like, I think it's like a fun setup.
Yeah. Andy, let's do a reunion.
Please.
On my friggin' knees.
If you can whip together that Traders reunion in like 2 days.
Oh my God. And you know what? Normally, like, you'd say, oh, you can do a Winter House reunion because it's going to affect Summer House. But this is like so Summer House light.
Yeah.
There's only Danielle, Amanda, and Kyle.
That's what makes this casting actually cool.
Huh. Okay, maybe I am okay with that then.
Yeah. You got to open your heart a little bit.
Should we side note the Winter House premiere party? Seemingly, Lindsay and Carl at the same place at the same time, but we come to learn Carl came early, left, Lindsay showed up after.
I heard Carl was there, Lindsay showed up, Carl left.
Which is pretty much the same.
No, that, I mean, like, leaving after your ex shows up is a little different than leaving before she comes.
Yeah. I would assume, though, that him showing up on the earlier side and her showing up later was like a conscious decision on both their parts.
Yeah, but I don't think they coordinated.
I don't think they coordinated, but I think like someone knew Carl's coming early, relayed that to Lindsay, and she's like, I'll come later.
Don't you want the more dramatic version where she shows up and he's like, I'm out of here?
Okay.
Hello,
okay.
we watch reality television.
Fair enough. Yeah, I love winter. Winter should be fun.
Okay. So let's get to the show on everyone's lips.
Oh, okay. I'm going to say I went in with low expectations.
Okay.
And I had a good time.
I had an okay time.
Okay.
I wasn't like screaming from the mountains.
Yeah.
Even though we were on that mountain.
We're on the mountain.
With Eagle Woman.
With Eagle One. We're opening with Dorit and PK, which we have come to learn in present day. Dorit and PK, maybe yes, maybe no.
Well, there were rumors as the show was airing last night that they were split, but then they released a statement to like People magazine today saying that we are not split, we're working through things.
Which is similar to like what Kyle and Mauricio said 6 months ago.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
But like
PK for Dancing with the Stars?
PK and Dorit, Marriage Trouble has been in the ether for a little while.
Yeah. And it's like, it's PK.
Okay, so PK's got 2 bags of chips. 1 paw in each bag.
I don't love a barbecue chip.
Me neither.
The thing is, if it's out in a bowl at a party, I'll have one.
There's no stopping me.
Yeah, but it's like, I'm not at the store being like, beep, 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 beep.
I'm not paying Jeffrey Bezos a dime for a barbecue chip.
Okay.
But a salt and vinegar chip.
I love those.
That's a different
Yeah,
story.
of course. I think like growing up as a kid, I was like salt and vinegar. Oh, gross.
Yeah.
Come to find out, it's top tier.
There's a lot of things as a kid that like you just didn't know better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like vinegar needs like a
resurgence.
They need to really put some ad dollars behind it. You know, like the milk campaign. Why don't we do Got Vinegar?
Got vinegar. On Allison Roman's podcast, advice podcast, she has like the quick calls about food. And one of them was like, I want to learn how to like vinegar. And she was like, if you don't like it, just don't like it.
Wow, she really gives great advice. I do listen to that podcast. Or I listened to 2 episodes.
Yeah, well, as a cappuccino, you had to listen to the Kat Cohen episode.
Yeah, and then like they did this thing on one of the episodes where they were like teasing that one of the callers was hot, and then they were like, "Oh, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can see that he's hot." And they went to YouTube.
You ran there with a bone.
They didn't show him.
You were like so excited to see him. Oh my god, a dog with a bone.
Just like a random person who probably like lives like in Fort Greene or whatever.
I mean, that's South Brooklyn.
Is Fort Greene South Brooklyn?
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
The delineation of South and North like actually makes very little sense to me.
I would have thought that would be Central Brooklyn because it's like right next to downtown Brooklyn.
Well, there's no such thing as Central Brooklyn.
Though some people will tell you there is. You know who I'm talking about.
I believe there is. I believe it. But like, tale as old as time has been like North Brooklyn, South Brooklyn. And North Brooklyn's like just like Williamsburg, Greenpoint, like maybe Bushwick or something.
Oh.
And like that's it.
Yeah, when I was told I live in South Brooklyn, I was like, are you sure?
Oh, no, you do.
Yeah.
You do?
Then I looked at it on a map. I looked at Wikipedia.
The well of all knowledge. Okay. So we got Eagle Woman coming in. And PK is doing a little bit, right?
Like a racist bit.
A racist bit. We've got Dorit in Ariana drag from head to toe. She's got a half up, half down.
Sweatshirt.
A sweatshirt covering her hands. Mm-hmm. She's in her Ariana era.
Yeah, she's with SpongeBob himself, PK.
As she's about to divorce. Yeah. So I kind of liked the setup of like, let's get the girls together. And it was actually a shock to the system to see we have not been together for 5 or 6 months.
I know. And it feels like we're not fully doing breaking fourth wall, but like Garcelle's like, oh, I thought our first time together would be like a cocktail party.
That's a nod to the wall.
Yeah.
She's looking at the wall and nodding. Crystal Kung Minkoff, are you on this show?
Barely.
She's there, but is there?
Despite having the second best tagline.
She may be a conversation starter for taglines, but not in this episode.
I think she'll wake up. There's a lot. We've got a lot of housekeeping to do.
We've got housekeeping to do, and that's not a pressing matter, I would say.
Right. They have a good marriage.
On the mountaintop, women arriving, and Eagle Woman and Blue Raven lead us to the teepee.
Wait, no, we need women arriving first because that's one of the most important parts of the episode. When Erica walks in. And
Ozempic?
Yeah, well, I mean, like she says, everyone's like commenting on her weight, which is actually something you shouldn't do.
As Teddy Joe told us.
Yeah, or as the world tells you. And she says, what does she say? Her reasoning for losing weight is like hormones. And Dorit, to her credit, says in a confessional, oh, hormones spelled Ozempic. Dorit giving good confessional this year, wearing the ugliest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
Good. But that's also kind of like Crystal's tagline, a conversation starter.
I actually think Dorit is fucking with us. And I think this is like a nod to her Chanel earrings that everyone rags on.
Yeah, this is like an avant-garde
performance piece.
Yes. Belongs in the MoMA. I know Dorit, I gotta say.
Good episode
with Dorit. Good episode. Good episode. It's like when you're on Family Feud and you say good answer, good answer.
Yeah.
You say good episode, good episode.
Yeah. This is like Dorit is giving the first Sex and the City movie when Carrie Bradshaw goes brunette. Gives us some of her best work.
Yes. Sometimes you just need a little dye. Mm-hmm. Okay. So shall we sit?
Let's sit.
Let's sit. Not on the little coffee table or the little stool coffee table. On pillows. And we get right to it. And we knew we were going to get right to it because like BravoCon happened like right around the reunion, and we're now filming this like 4 months later.
Yes.
Erica's like Dorit and PK are the marriage like most in trouble or something.
Dorit giving us another fucking great confession.
Oh, one of the greatest.
An Erica Jane. Actually, like Dorit should be the actual impressionist of the group. Fuck Kyle.
Fuck Kyle. I know. I gotta say,
Yeah.
when we did the Teddy Joe one again on Watch Women's Live,
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. What a performance, reenacting the BravoCon moment. But did we know about that like reluctance on Erica's part to not answer?
Yeah.
We did?
Yeah, I think it was in the episode.
The
Watch What Happens Live episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We think so.
Yeah. I watched, it was so long ago when I watched all those.
Yeah, of course. I gotta say, like, this season to last season feels like 2 years have passed.
Yeah. Well, last season's reunion aired today.
Yes.
Last year.
Full year
Yeah.
with No Beverly Hills.
Because when I was watching before, like as I was waiting for it to come on, the reunion was on, and I was like, "Does that say October 26, 2022 when it like originally aired?"
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it did.
Yeah. And it feels like Rinna's been gone for a whole season, but this is her first season. She's not here.
She's been gone for 4 seasons technically.
What do you
Winter, spring, summer, fall.
I like the houses.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm not really like picking up what Kyle's putting down in terms of like, I wanted you to be there for me.
So she's basically saying that at the reunion, she was basically like in a really fragile state and nobody came and like consoled her.
But we got clips. I don't know if it was in this episode or during Watch Women's Live. I think it was in this episode of like Dorit in the makeup room. Like
Dorit after the reunion ended. I think Kyle was talking about in the moment.
Okay.
Do you remember watching that reunion and like the only one who was acknowledging that Kyle was like freaking out as they were doing their toast was Andy? It was like the rare moment where like Andy hugged like one woman.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, Kyle could cry about that, but also they all know better than to come between the sisters. Like, that's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, and Sutton wants to go to the fucking parties.
I know. Let Sutton go with her bottle of
with
vodka.
her bottle of vodka in her purse.
She goes to the party with a bottle of vodka.
I will say it would be the gag of the season if during the Beverly Hills panel at BravoCon, Sutton has a bag and just like pulls out a fucking like handle, like one of those huge jugs of like Tito's or something.
Yes. Wow. Speaking of Sutton, I think we're done with Eagle Mountain.
Yeah, so Sutton's scene was actually like probably the brightest of the
Oh
premiere.
my God. Jennifer Tilly.
It's like bring the big guns in.
Avi.
Yeah.
What a trio that was.
So is Avi replacing that other boy who Sutton used to like sing karaoke with on Instagram?
And the boy is in this episode in photographs.
Right.
When Kyle's talking about Sutton going to the parties.
Or Sutton hosting a party.
Sutton hosting the party and Kathy coming. Mm-hmm. And the boy's there.
Yeah. So is this just a replacement, or is Avi just like more of like a works at Sutton's store but helps when she's at the store? Because I know they say he comes to Paris, but I think she goes to Paris as a buyer for her stores.
But I also feel like I saw a picture of Avi somewhere else with her. I don't know.
I just like, if that boy's gone, we need a proper send off.
I know.
I don't know his
Did
name.
he graduate?
Maybe from Sutton Academy.
The Sutton Finishing School.
So this scene was really interesting to me because Sutton's talking about becoming like independent financially from the ex-husband. Okay. All while like we're talking about her fucking finances where she's making $300,000 a month from him in spousal support.
So there's like a few things. Number one, like someone who wants to like go start a business would love 1 month's payment of $300,000 as their like seed money to start this business. Right? Yeah. So she's got this money rolling in month after month, right? Then number two, does Sutton EST 1971 make $300,000 profit in 1 year
from this business? So I don't know. It depends on like the merchandise. I guess the merchandise is big money, but then she's also spending big money on it.
And rent. And
from what I hear,
staff.
So she does appear on Jeff Lewis Live sometimes, and the hours that the store is open is from like 11 to like 4.
For 3 days.
For like 3 days a week.
To quote Sonia and Ramona, I want to see the books. I want to see the monthly ledgers.
The thing is, me too, but it's like, if I were her, I'd just like shut my trap and just like not need to be a businesswoman.
Oh.
Or do it in another way that's not like a brick and mortar.
Okay, so to me, more so like, actually you can do this. I'm fine with you doing that. But like, we're not going to do a song and dance where you are showing ex-husband that you are a success.
Like, no, that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's all still based on his money. So that's why I was so confused watching this scene, like love her, but I was like, you're showing him you're a success by using his money for this and then to buy a horse and ship it from the Netherlands.
I mean, all this to say like, keep doing what you're doing.
Exactly.
I wouldn't change a thing.
This is exactly what I want to see on my television. I'm just saying for me personally, if I was getting the $300,000 a month, I'd like buy a little apartment and shut my mouth and just like disappear.
Yeah. So who else do we got?
Well, obviously we have
Garcelle and the kids. This is tough stuff.
Yeah. Tell me what you feel, and then I want to tell my position because I am a child of divorce.
I'm not a child of divorce.
Exactly.
Well, there's like the meta conversation of like, should we be doing this on television?
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Is that a level that we can consider?
Yeah. I mean, like we have our fancy picnic basket with Jersey Mike subs.
Yeah. We have on the beach.
I almost went to Jersey Mike's the other day.
In honor of?
No. I just was like, I wasn't in the mood to cook because I knew that I would have food the next day through work.
Oh, yes.
And so I was like, I need something quick to pick up. And I was like, I haven't had Jersey Mike's.
Is there Jersey Mike's?
There's 2 in Park Slope. Oh. There's 1 on 5th and 1 on 7th.
Oh, wow. You have so many options.
Yeah. Park Slope has it all. We've got a Chipotle.
I gotta say, like, I almost commented this during dinner. Like, I've loved how you have embraced the Park Slope lifestyle, whereas like Jimbo like degrades it.
I don't know why he degrades it.
I know.
It's like the best place to be.
Oh my God. That like makes me so happy.
Yeah.
For real.
And you're not even Park Slope proper. You're adjacent.
I know. I'm adjacent, but like, I'm not saying like I'm happy that I'm in Park Slope. I'm saying I'm happy that you are enjoying Park Slope.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so great.
So much to do.
Oh my God. You're like Belle.
I know. I really am. I'm always saying hi to the shopkeeps.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So Garcelle and the kids. Now, the kids complaining about her working. These Burberry sweatshirts are not going to buy themselves.
Yeah, exactly. But also think about like on the other side, and I don't know what the child support, spousal support situation is.
Yeah.
They have a skewed view because their dad is like a powerful agent.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of money rolling in.
So they want her to not work and rely on child support?
I don't think they're thinking about that in that way.
Yeah,
I don't think they're still teens.
Oh, yeah, of course.
They don't have like a grasp on all of that. All they know is that their mom is gone.
Sure.
And they prefer to spend time, or at least one of them prefers to be with the mom.
Yeah, one now in the preview for a future episode is saying like, Garcelle saying, "Oh, he says he wants to go live with his dad."
Yeah, which is interesting.
Yeah.
No, but the kids, they're like kids, so I don't blame them. But I get it looks like weird on surface. But like growing up, like I used to have to go stay with my dad, and like I liked it, but then also I was like, oh, I miss my mom.
Yeah.
Kids miss their mom, especially boys.
Especially boys.
I mean, and all the cast of RHONY.
What do you mean all the casseroni?
We had an entire segment on moms.
Oh, okay. Yeah. They miss their moms too. But they're not children of divorce as children.
Some of them are.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, listen, it was interesting television. I'm going to give them that for sure. But I was like, Team Garcelle. I was like,
right. How far do we think we were from her new house that she's building on the beach?
I
we like visiting the house and then going to be on the beach?
And then like, if that's the case, why didn't we get to like check up on the updates?
I wonder, I bet you it was a double scene. I would put my money down.
And we trimmed.
Yeah.
They trim a lot. Erin was crying about how much they trimmed from her personal storyline.
Well, yeah, they film a lot.
Yeah, they film a lot. We only see a little, but like, sometimes I'm like, what are you showing me? Show me this other thing that sounds interesting.
Sure. Speaking of interesting, do you want to go to pizza dinner?
Oh, matriarch to matriarch.
Yes. On the Hermes, pizza on the Hermes China.
There's nothing chicer.
Yeah.
We're deep frying, deep baking some pizza.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting once we actually sat down and served our little salad and like we're eating our pizza. And we're talking about obviously like Kyle and Mo, and then Dorit starts talking about PK, and she's saying things about PK with him in the other room that it's like, I would be like 4 rooms away, maybe. 4
rooms. PK should have been in London at the time. Yeah.
Like working on Peter Pan.
Which has not happened yet. How? How has that not happened? I want to go see it.
Doesn't like Yolanda Pfister have tickets?
Yeah, Yolanda has tickets. So we need his eyes and ears on that.
Yeah.
I mean, like this airing made the PK Dorit news item that came out believable.
Yeah, and I almost thought that it was them putting it out.
Yeah.
Like being like, let's just do it now, get rid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Though that wouldn't be smart to put it out because then she would have to spend all of next weekend answering to it, but she's going to have to do that anyways.
Yeah, true. What did you make of Kyle talking to Dorit?
I mean, Trouble in Paradise.
The
This entire episode, it does feel like... So from the outside, I usually think that Kyle is very calculated, and I think there's parts of this entire situation that are still calculated. But I do think there is a real resentment towards Mo that doesn't feel acted towards me. To me.
I was surprised we were getting here this first episode. That's why I enjoy this episode, because I had no expectation of getting here.
Yeah.
Episode 1.
Uh-huh.
And not to be like conspiracy theorist, but the Kyle Mo scene felt like it might have been filmed
later,
like months later. And then now that I'm even saying that out loud, like the Dorit and Kyle scene could have been filmed later.
Well, now we have to start looking up like when Portia's birthday is because they were planning for Portia's birthday and stuff like that.
Okay. But that could also be like a scripted line.
Sure. Yeah, you're getting too conspiracy on me.
Kyle and Mo, as the scene begins, doesn't this feel like a scripted show? Like The Hills.
Maybe, but then like once they sit down and then watching it paired with Watch What Happens Live, I'm kind of believing some of it.
And we've mentioned when Emmys need to go for cinematography and other things recently, and audio work, the audio work for the Cartagena fights and stuff. I want to give an Emmy for costumery, the first one since Traitors US season 1, for putting Kyle in an agency sweatshirt. Sure. That was important costumery.
Costumery. I want to give a award for blocking.
Oh, blocking.
Just the way that Kyle was in that living room, just rearranging stuff while she was listening to Mo on the phone.
Yeah.
Just turning something a little bit. I thought that was great work.
That to me is it's giving we're filming a scene, right?
I guess, but let's pretend they weren't filming a scene.
Right. I mean, I wasn't expecting it to get so down and dirty.
It got down and dirty fast, and that paired with, there was a line that Kyle said on Watch What Happens Live about I bet Mauricio regrets asking that question on camera.
Oh yeah.
I was oh wow, we're doing that.
Yeah.
About the tattoos.
Yeah. Love bean.
Do you know every tattoo that your spouse has?
Yeah. I do. I do. Love bean. It took me a few listens to even know the word he was saying.
Yeah.
When he kept saying love bean. Okay. Do we now transition into Watch What Happens Live?
Sure.
I just don't know what we're doing here. She's seemingly really angry now with Mo for this Dancing with the Stars thing. Mm-hmm. But
she was running around holding hands with Morgan Wade.
Yes. Morgan Wade has a tattoo of Kyle's K and made out with her in the music video.
Yeah, but the thing is, the angle that Kyle can take here and that she's sticking to is that her and Morgan Wade are just close friends, and sometimes close friends, I guess, do hold hands
and make out.
Well, that's acting.
I know, but okay. So then, I'm Mo right now. The world is talking about you two loving each other, and now you're gonna make it. You are choosing to engage in a makeout.
Well, my theory, not even a theory, is that at least Kyle is bankrolling Morgan's career.
Okay.
I think she invested in Morgan's career.
Yeah. But what's?
And I think maybe Mauricio was part of that initially as well.
And he's an investor as well.
I think he, if not now, initially maybe,
right.
The Richards Umanskis found this talent that they thought and decided to invest in music and get into a new industry as they try to take over the world.
After they DM'd on Watch What Happens Live, talking about we met in our DMs, and then we have the 4 a.m. group chat.
Because they all wake up that early. That sounds miserable.
Theodora, Joe, Morgan, Kyle, and one more woman.
Yeah.
Texting the first thing in the morning. Kyle working out nonstop. Wow.
Yeah, no, we can conspiracy theory it. We'll see what happens, but that's my thought, is that there's obviously some financial investment here.
Okay, so this is not part of the canon Watch What Happens Live episode, nor is it part of Beverly Hills episode. It's the commercial for Watch What Happens Live during that first run of Beverly Hills, where Kyle and Teddy walk out. Annie looks at Kyle and is like, "Oh, va va voom, Kyle, wow." And then looks at Teddy and says, "Hi."
Yeah.
Had me on the floor.
So bad. There's another clip from the audience where they're walking out a separate time. And Teddy, I will give her a little credit, made me laugh, ran for the first chair, as a joke.
Oh, okay.
And sat in it.
Yeah.
It did give me a little chuckle.
Teddy did a good job.
Oh.
No, but a good, okay.
No, even your husband, who is a jokingly the biggest Teddy Joe fan, said downstairs that she was very cringy the entire time.
I know, but cringy is the brand. No? I think once again she's got the girls talking.
Let's take your head out of the ground for a second.
I loved it. Wow. Okay, let's do a Once Your Queen and the Freak of the Week.
Was her like suit from Party City? What was this?
Yeah, back where she belongs.
Yeah. You know that like how when Beyonce gave the prompt of everyone wear silver, and there were just like a lot of people who just like didn't get the look right.
I don't know if you've heard about this, but Beyonce said for my 2 movie premieres, like one of them is like relaxed opulence and one is formal opulence.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay, but my point is like just like some people really hit it with the silver looks and looked incredible, and some people it was like, ugh.
Not
Teddy was
Theodora.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do our Freak of the Week and the Once Your Queen.
Let's do it.
Our Freak of the Week this week. There were rumors swirling that the RHOBH women were having their final trip in the Berkshires. Mm-hmm. And we were texting about this, and I was like, I think this is just like stupid fan fiction. Mm-hmm. Lo and behold, this was true.
Yeah, so Danny Pellegrino was on Andy Cohen Live earlier this week to promote his book.
Yeah.
That came out this week. And Andy was talking about how the New Jersey women were actually supposed to go to the Berkshires.
Yeah.
Not to stay with Dorinda, but they were going to see her.
Yeah.
But that the place, the house, or whatever place they were going to stay at burned down.
So the Freak of the Week is Dorinda for not stepping up, welcoming the women into the home as they flee the burning building.
Yeah, the thing is, though, obviously, like, we wish that it could happen at the drop of a hat, but, like, production realities, it would have been, like, contracts. Dorinda would have had to be paid. They would have had to rig out the house.
Put lights up on the ceiling that Ramona would have ripped down off the walls.
So, and, like, knowing Dorinda, she would have, like, demanded
$10 billion.
The amount that she got paid for, like, Ultimate Girls Trip.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but still Freak of the Week.
Yeah. Okay, our One True Queen.
So, Dan named this person our Freak of the Week last week.
No. Clarification. I named the choice to ask Michelle Williams to read the Britney memoir as the Freak of the Week. I'm not saying Michelle, how dare you come and take this job and feed your family? No.
Well, Norman, roll out the crow because Dan's about to feast on some.
Yeah. Well, our One True Queen is The Performance of a Lifetime by Michelle Williams.
Yeah, Dan hasn't heard it, but he knows.
I've heard the clips.
Okay, the clips.
Not only for shiz
you have
for
to.
shiz.
You have to hear the full text.
I will. As I mentioned in the pre-show, I'm going to listen to it this weekend.
Well, I've heard the whole thing, and the way that she embodies Brittany Jean. And I'm not even like being
Michelle Jean, what might call her.
Yeah. I'm not even like exaggerating. Like we knew she was gonna get the Grammy going into it, but like she should actually be given 4 just for this performance.
4 Grammys.
Yeah, and then actually they should throw in the Oscar she doesn't have yet. I didn't know. I did not realize she's 5 times nominated, 0 wins.
5?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Move over, Susan Lucci.
I know. We need to get her a role.
Wow. I think she'll get a role. If the strike can come to an agreement.
Yeah. One thing about this Michelle Williams thing that I think nobody's really talking about is like, I wonder what the texts and phone conversations between Michelle and Busy Phillips looked like the entire process of being asked to record the audiobook through today.
Okay.
Release the transcripts.
really? Roll footage.
I just like want to know.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. What a queen. Also this week we have a Patreon bonus episode. We're continuing our journey discussing the homes of the Housewives and timing it with the premiere of Beverly Hills. We thought, wow, what a time to look back.
What a time to look back.
A very meaty episode there. Probably like almost a half hour.
A meaty tuck
talking about the Beverly Hills homes. So tune into that. Comethroughqueen.com for links to the Patreon, links to social, links to everything. And just like, comment, subscribe, hair, share, retweet.
Love us, please retweet.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
I wanna see ya come through, Queen.